Welcome back, pirates, to the world of Sea of Thieves. And with it, the new update, A Pirate Slave, has brought us new enemies. They are not only in just the Tall Tales, they will be in the world of Sea of Thieves. Therefore, today's video will be the discussion of how to break down their mechanics to see how we can defeat every single one of them. The first enemies we're going to be taking a look at are the Sirens. Now, there are two types of Sirens. The basic one will come after you with a scratch attack if they get close, and if they are at a distance, they will use the Note of Song. The scratch attack can be blocked with a sword, therefore giving you the better chance of not taking any damage from these mobs, but the Note of Song can simply be dodged by going up, down, or to the sides. The one thing you have to be careful about is these majestic creatures are very quick in the water and have a unique pattern that they travel. You have to make sure you conserve your ammo and hit the enemies while they are either close or standing still. The reason for this is because if you have more than a couple Sirens in the water fighting you and you don't have enough ammo to kill them, you're going to run into an issue. These mobs are very hostile and will continue to close the gap to attack you at all times. The next unique feature about Sirens is the fact that they have emerald gems in their chests. Now, they can actually use this emerald gem to deal damage to players around them, as well as heal themselves and other Sirens around them. Although that sounds like a problem at first, it is actually easier to kill them while they are healing. The reason for this is because if you have enough distance and the ammo to shoot them, they're going to be remaining still. So like I said, the best thing to do against a Siren is create the distance and keep that distance between you, especially if you don't have a sword on you. The next Siren are the Siren leaders. Now, these are easily recognizable because they have a little bit armor as well as a trident with them. They can fire this trident at you similar to the Note of Song, but they also have a close range attack, which they also use the trident. This trident will deal a little bit more damage as well as if they are able to charge it up and fire it at you. They can do huge chunks of damage if you're not careful enough, especially if they attack you from behind when you're not paying attention. But the one thing that is definitely different is the fact that their gem is stronger. So not only are they able to heal a little bit better as well as the Sirens around them, but they're able to damage you a little bit more as well. So if you do encounter several of these at a time, it's probably better to kill the basic Sirens first. That way you can get rid of some of the enemies, especially if they're moving around and trying to create some type of flanking maneuver on you. You want to focus the basic ones first and then take care of the leaders. Next, we have the Phantom Pirates. A lot of people are actually excited to see Ghost Pirates in the game of Sea of Thieves finally, as well as myself, but the one thing that is concerning is how to kill them. Similar to the skeletons, we actually see them with swords, flintlocks, and blunderbusses. But the difference is they're able to travel a lot faster as well as disappear right in front of you. Though their aim doesn't seem to be that great as those flintlock skeletons, they still are able to deal a lot of damage to you, especially if they use their charged attack. With the ability of being able to teleport literally anywhere, they will not only pop up right behind you, but they're also able to run away. So the best way I think to defeat the Phantom Pirates is to use a sword against them as well as constantly move around yourself. If you're standing in the same position, it's easier for them to get an attack off of you or even get behind you. If you're able to move around and keep an eye on your surroundings, not only keeping them in front of you at all times, you'll be able to chase down the ones that are weak and be able to take care one at a time. The Phantom Pirates definitely have a little bit less health compared to the Sirens, making them a little bit easier to kill, but usually there's more of them, making it a little bit more challenging, and they can pop up at you at any time. So just make note of the audio cues that they make, that way they don't pop up at you and give you a surprise of your lifetime. The last mobs we're going to be looking at are the Ocean Crawlers. The huge crab ocean crawler is one of the first ones we're going to be looking at. As you can tell by the size, the thing is huge and has a crazy pummel attack. If you are close enough to this, it'll constantly do a pummel attack, which will deal a lot of damage, so you have to be careful and always try to keep your distance away from the crab. Especially if there are multiple of them around, they can trap you in between, you will die instantly. These slow moving creatures are easy to get away from, but they do have one feature that is kind of unique. At points when there are other mobs around them, they will go into some type of defensive stance and hurtle up in a little ball in order to create a shield around other enemies. What you want to do when this happens is simply go up to them and attack them with enough damage to break them out of this feature. The reason for that is because that shield is very strong and it'll keep the other hostile enemies alive a lot longer. So by simply attacking them enough, it'll break the shield as well as dealing some damage to them in the meantime. Most of the time you're able to finish them off while they're doing this after they break out of their own shield, which is great because that is one big crab crawler out of your way. The second to last mob we're going to be taking a look at is the Electric. This will fire an electric ball as their basic attack, normally when they are far enough away, and if they get close enough, they will attack you with their eel. Some of the bigger concerns about the eel electric are the fact they are able to dash around lightning fast, as well as create an electric shield around them and other hostiles around. So if you do damage to any hostiles or the eel electric at that time, if you're close enough, that electricity will chain to you, doing a lot of damage. So what you want to do, similar to all the other mobs we've seen so far, is back off. If you're far enough away, the electricity won't deal any damage to you, and it'll actually stun the eel electric. This is the best time to move in for a few final blows. The last mob we're going to be looking at is the Hermit. Now this is the easiest mob I've seen to take care of so far, mainly because their main attack is they use spores that are pouring out of their mouth. Now this will poison you very little, but it doesn't do enough damage to be concerning. The only irritating thing about them is that they burrow into the ground, and when they do that, after they come out of the ground, if you're standing in the wrong place, this will do a good amount of damage, but not only it'll disorient you as well. So if you're paying attention to your surroundings, you'll be able to notice the cracks in the ground before they burst out and damage you. One of the biggest things about the Hermits is that they will run and charge at you, but if they miss, they will fall over. And a lot of the times, if you're in a surrounding where there are a lot of objects around you, they will simply charge and stumble over those objects, which is a bad feature for them at the moment, but it is very useful to take advantage of your surroundings to be able to defeat them. So I recommend, if you do run into several of these, use your surroundings to be able to kill them, but you can get close. They're not going to deal that much damage in order to create a huge concern. So now the question, if you get several ocean crawlers at once, what do? Well, if you have the crab ocean crawler in its defensive maneuver, putting shields around everybody, the first thing you want to do is attack it to get rid of all those shields. Second, I would get rid of the eel electrics, mainly because they are constantly annoying, being able to move around very quickly, as well as they will be able to put those electric shields on everybody, which means that if you go to attack somebody, you're going to be taking damage regardless. So when they're charging up their basic electric attack, there's the time you want to go for them. Like I said before, this will stun them, giving you the opportunity to finish them off. And finally, deal with the Hermits as they come and go, mainly because they are the easiest ones to kill, therefore they're the least concerning. With that being said, that's going to be it for this video. I hope this has helped. Thank you guys so much for watching, and for all the support on my channel. Thank you guys once again. I hope you guys have a great day, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.